Hello everyone, this is Yumiko's channel. Now, I want to tell you about gender, subtitle Women's Difficulties in Living. First, I'll explain the difference between sex differences and gender. I'll read the explanation. Differences between men and women at born are called sex differences, and the difference found after birth is called gender. For example, men were bigger than women is sex differences, and women should be cute and men should be strong is gender. I felt it was much harder to live because of gender issues. Let me give you an example of gender issues. When I was college student, the students around me were mostly boys because I majored in math. They thought they were gender aware and usually behind that way. One day, 10 students, including me, had a math meeting. When one of them said, "Let's have a tea break," everyone was looking at me. They thought it was natural for me to serve tea because I was an only woman. I think the most terrible issue is gender bias that sits deep in the heart. Especially, there are some people who think themselves gender aware but have gender bias that sits deep in the heart. They can't be true gender aware people. At that time, one man served tea instead of me. I think he was a true gender aware. He became my husband later. Recently, some wives who they think they have a good husband say proudly, "My husband often helps me with housework." This is a gender bias. It's assumed women should do the housework. This isn't correct. Everyone should do the housework. Unfortunately, my husband often helps me with housework. Finally, this is Ueno Chizuko's words. She is the first gender researcher and the professor at Tokyo University. Women's studies were born 40 years ago. It was later called gender research. She said, "It's the most terrible thing that the gender bias that depend on our tradition is deep inside the heart of ordinary people, including me. I've been fighting, but I still felt much harder to live because of gender bias." What would you feel about this? Thank you for watching to the end. Next time, I'll show you Scanimation. Goodbye.